The History of the Divine Nine, a time before BGLOs. Step by step, clap by clap, the legacy unfolds. These rhythmic movements aren't just a performance, they're a declaration. A tradition born in resilience, molded by struggle, and steeped in unity. This is stepping, an art form where culture meets purpose, where history is told through the beat of the body. Stepping is more than a dance. It's a story, a living, breathing connection to the right to assemble. The First Amendment granted African Americans the right to unite, to organize, and to express. From these rights emerged something extraordinary, the Divine Nine. Here, through movement and rhythm, the fight for equality transformed into a celebration of heritage and empowerment. As the beats echo across campus yards and stages nationwide, stepping reminds us of the power of unity. Each stomp carries the weight of history. Each clap celebrates a legacy of leadership, service, and pride. Together, they embody a tradition that transcends generations. Welcome to the world of the Divine Nine, where every step honors the past, empowers the present, and inspires the future. In the shadow of oppression, African Americans found strength and unity. After the Civil War, historically black colleges and universities, also known as HBCUs, emerged as sanctuaries for education and empowerment. These institutions nurtured leaders, thinkers, and activists who would go on to reshape America. These HBCUs include Howard University, Morehouse College, Spelman College, Clark Atlanta University, and over 100 more nationwide. Within HBCUs, the fight for acceptance, representation, and equality gave rise to a movement, the creation of African American Greek-letter organizations, collectively known as the Divine Nine. These organizations were founded to foster academic excellence, service, and unity in a society that denied African Americans full participation. The late 19th and early 20th centuries were marked by segregation, prejudice, and exclusion. For African Americans seeking higher education, the doors of opportunity were often slammed shut. Many colleges and universities outright barred black students from enrolling. For those few who managed to gain admission, their experiences were often marked by isolation and hostility. Greek life began to flourish in American colleges. The first fraternity, Phi Beta Kappa, was established in 1776 at the College of William and Mary. Yet for nearly a century and a half, these organizations excluded African Americans. The message was clear. They would need to build their own spaces for fellowship, leadership, and community. The fight for equality gave rise to a powerful movement, the creation of historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs. HBCUs were not just schools. By the early 1900s, these institutions laid the foundation for the emergence of African American Greek-letter organizations. The first of these was Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, founded in 1906 at Cornell University. Alpha Phi Alpha was born out of necessity. At Cornell University, black students faced severe isolation and discrimination. To combat this, 7 visionary men created a fraternity that would provide support, community, and a platform for leadership. Known as the 7 Jewels, these men paved the way for a movement that would change the face of Greek life forever. Their mission was simple yet profound: to promote academic excellence, support one another, and uplift their communities. It was a blueprint that future organizations would follow as the African Americans expanded their presence in higher education. Following the establishment of Alpha Phi Alpha, the movement to create spaces for African American students in Greek life continued to grow. Each organization brought its unique vision and purpose, adding to a legacy of excellence and service. The first African American sorority, founded at Howard University by 9 visionary women, was known as Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, founded in 1908. Their mission was to cultivate and encourage high school, scholastic, and ethical standards while promoting service to all mankind. In 1911, Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, founded at Indiana University during a time of harsh racial segregation. They emphasized achievement in every field of human endeavor and quickly grew into a nationwide movement. Later in 1911, the first fraternity founded at a historically black college known as Omega Psi Phi fraternity was founded at Howard University. Its motto, "Friendship is essential to the soul," reflects its focus on brotherhood and perseverance. In 1913, 22 founding women broke away from Alpha Kappa Alpha to establish an organization focused on public service and social justice. This organization was known as Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. The sixth organization of the Divine Nine, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity, was created at Howard University with the belief that the fraternity should exist to benefit the general community. Phi Beta Sigma became known for its motto, "Culture for Service and Service for Humanity." In 1920, the Zeta Phi Beta sorority was established as an organization dedicated to finer womanhood, scholarship, and service. Zeta Phi Beta distinguished itself by being constitutionally bound to Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. Founded at Butler University by 7 educators, Sigma Gamma Rho sorority of 1922 was founded. Sigma Gamma Rho emphasized education and community, setting a standard for improving quality of life for all. The youngest member of the Divine Nine, Iota Phi Theta, was established at Morgan State University during the height of the Civil Rights Movement, reflecting the activism and determination of its time. Each organization reflected the era in which it was created, addressing the challenges of its time while building a foundation for future generations. Together, these organizations formed the Divine Nine, a coalition of leaders and changemakers united by a shared commitment to excellence and service. These early pioneers faced obstacles far beyond college walls. Jim Crow laws, disenfranchisement, and systemic racism permeated every aspect of life. Yet through their organizations, these students found ways to resist and thrive. They created scholarships programs, organized protests, and provided a sense of belonging during some of the most challenging times in American history. Throughout history, members of the Divine Nine stood on the front lines of the fight for justice. These organizations were not just social groups. They were training grounds for leaders, a place where young African Americans learned to challenge the status quo and fight for a better future. Thurgood Marshall, a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, became a giant in the legal battle for civil rights. As the lead attorney in Brown versus Board of Education, he dismantled the doctrine of separate but equal, forever changing the landscape of American education. John Lewis, a proud member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, was one of the youngest leaders of the civil rights movement. His courage on Bloody Sunday in Selma, Alabama, and his lifelong dedication to justice earned him the nickname, the Conscience of Congress. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., one of the most iconic figures of the civil rights movement, was also a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. His dream of equality and his unwavering commitment to nonviolent resistance inspired millions to take action. Dorothy Height, a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, was known as the godmother of the civil rights movement. As president of the National Council of Negro Women, she worked tirelessly alongside Dr. King and other leaders, advocating for voting rights, economic justice, and gender equality. As the dynamic beats of stepping echo, they tell a story far deeper than choreography. They embody a legacy of resilience, community, and purpose that spans generations. From the fight for civil rights to empowering future leaders, the Divine Nine have stood at the forefront of activism and service. This legacy is carried on through service initiatives that address modern challenges. The Alpha Phi Alpha, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People campaign has mobilized thousands to register to vote. Delta Sigma Theta's Delta Days in the nation's capital amplifies the voices of Black community in policymaking. Meanwhile, high school programs like the Kappa League and the Omega Lamplighters cultivate leadership among young men, ensuring that the next generation is equipped with the lead and integrity. Throughout it all, Stepping weaves these stories together. It is a tradition of expression and unity, rooted in African culture and reimagined as a rallying cry for progress. As the Divine Nine continue their journey, Stepping reminds us that the pulse of change is driven by action, service, and an unwavering commitment to justice.